afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Darlington, Ibekwe, it's our pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me, sir.
This is not like a questioning because we don't really want this to be like an interview session. We are saying, come and tell us what makes your candidate different from the other. So we are the ones listening to you, and millions of people out there also listening. So share with us what would one say would make an obedient different from an Atiku Abubakar, an articulated Nigerian, as the case may be. So this is the essence of this platform. Share with us, Darlington Ibekwe. The floor is yours.
Okay. First of all, I think the right word should be what would make an obedience better than a sacrifice. Because I mean, we've spent how many years with these old men? We've seen them. We've seen what they've done. Their track records are out there. We've seen an Atiku Abubakar who is in charge of Mikano. We know an Atiku Abubakar who is not going to improve the power system in Nigeria. We know an Asewaju who is not interested in the nation's growth. We know an Asewaju who is majorly interested in just basically grabbing power and empowering those he terms his boys. We've seen the type of people he claimed to have met. For somebody at his level who claims he has met all men, I don't think he should have any business whatsoever with power again. He should be resting now, because I mean, if you have met all these people, you're someone we should tag successful now. You're someone we should say, okay, this man has met this person. We want to see somebody come up and we say, this guy you're seeing is a product of the Asewaju's political institution. So that is what we'll see, and we will give him a thumbs up. But for now, we're saying no. We want a Peter Obi, who we've seen his track record as Anambra State governor. We've seen Peter Obi the politician. We've seen no. We've seen Peter Obi the leader, and we've seen Peter Obi the businessman, and we've seen how he has been able to grow businesses from 0 to 100. We've also seen how he has been able to grow a state's economy and save for the state. I see people making comparisons about a Lagos state and Anambra state. First of all, we have to note something. Saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu grew Lagos to the stage today is wrong. Because Lagos State was, before this man became governor of Lagos State was the capital of Nigeria. If you move FCT to Imo today, if you move FCT to Anambra today, I don't think any state would be better than any of these states in development. So the developments you're seeing basically today in Lagos is what the federal government brought there. And secondly, what you're seeing in Lagos today is basically what Ambode and the federal government did. Because I think the last time Lagos State ever saw good development was with Ambode as governor. Not what we have now. What we have now is basically a political hallelujah boy who is extremely... what we have today is Tinubu's political hallelujah boy. That's just it. So we have seen their track records, and this is what we are judging them from. We want a man who is not interested in embezzling state funds. We want a man who is not interested in riding over 50-car convoy. We want a man who is interested in saving for the state. We want a man who is interested in growing the nation's economy. We want a man who can hit down this dollar that is plunging almost to 1,000 naira to $1. We want a man that will bring this down. We want a man that will stabilize our economy. And that man is Mr. Peter Obi.
Okay, from all the things that you have said, one of the basic concerns and questions have been that at the moment, Peter Obi doesn't have the clout in terms of what popularly is called structure. Political structure to mean that you have to have an office where you're functioning, you have to have people who are in those offices, you have to have heads of different party structure from the ward level and to the national level, from the ward, state, then to the national level. One is afraid that Peter Obi is yet to have this kind of constitution of these bodies in terms of the party structure. So it's because of all of these concerns have been raised. So the question is, how long do you think it will take for the Labour Party to put together all of these energies to actualize the need for a functional political structure? Or do you think structures are no longer relevant in the modern political system?
What we need to understand is that the structure is still the people, and the people now are coming out to say, oh, see, we want Peter Obi. The structure we're talking about are still people who these politicians fund. But now we have a 2023 where we're not interested in politicians funding us. We are interested in funding this particular politician. Nigerians are, see, Peter Obi is not running for president. Nigerians are running for office of the president through Peter Obi. We are the ones running for president, not Peter Obi. Peter Obi is merely a messenger for us. We are using Peter Obi to actualize the Nigeria of our collective dreams and aspirations. We are not interested in what Peter Obi cannot afford to give us money. We don't want his money, but we are going to give Peter Obi. Out of whatever I make monthly, I'm going to be donating at least 40% of my monthly income to the Peter Obi's presidential campaign. I am going to be donating that. And so many other Nigerians are doing that. You understand? So this is not about the structures they are talking about are those that will help them rig elections. If it's by Nigerians are fully ready. Those people they used to rig elections are now obedient. Those people because it's basically the youth who do all these jobs for these old men. Now we are coming out to say, see, we want a change in our country. We want to vote Peter Obi. So now the structure is the people is the structure. And now them saying that we don't have the structure. Okay, now let's talk about the PDP presidential rally that happened yesterday in Uyo. Imo State alone mobilized well over 20 buses to Akwa Ibom. Imo PDP mobilized over 20 buses to Akwa Ibom. So you can imagine that. They mobilized over 20 buses to Akwa Ibom. But you see, whatever obedience rally you see in any state are all indigenes of that state or people residing in that state. You don't see somebody from Imo State going to Abia State for an obedience rally. You don't see somebody from Akwa Ibom going to Calabar for an obedience rally. You don't see somebody from Abuja going to Lagos for an obedience rally. If there is an obedience rally in Lagos, it is a rally for obedience in Lagos and by obedience in Lagos. You don't see an external body joining them. Take, for instance, the Abados, that's MC Olu almost a 5 million man march, which wasn't up to 2,000 people anyway. You could see what happened in Lagos. These people mobilized them. They forced people to come out. They mobilized people from NURTW, National Union of Road Transport Workers. They mobilized people from Ogun State and some other. In fact, we should call that stuff a Southwest rally because it was basically a Southwest rally for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we know these things and we are telling them, see, we are the structure. That structure they are talking about. I'm a card-carrying member of the All Progressives Congress, but I would not support Tinubu. The APC is also banking on someone like Darlington Ibekwe, who is a stakeholder, even if not at the state level, at national level. I'm a stakeholder in my local government. I'm a stakeholder in my ward. I'm a stakeholder in my polling booth. So at least I can say that Peter Obi is going to win my polling units come February 2023. It's as simple as that.
Some people are still of the belief that the former vice presidential candidate who ran with Peter Obi, that somehow they still have that relationship, political relationship. And in any case, Peter Obi is an alternative to the People's Democratic Party, Peter. Yeah, those are the issues raised. So many a times you find issues on social media, people talking about these issues and saying that Peter Obi is Atiku Pro Max.
You see, in 2019, Atiku Abubakar gathered so much strength because he had a Peter Obi as running mate. Now you see how they are. Did you see what happened at their rally yesterday? Even the MC started cheering Peter Obi. You heard the song Obi, Kererenke Obi. You understand? Politically, you know what it means. They might act like it's not a problem out there, but then deep down, you know that even the person who did that stuff, if they have not completed his pay, he's definitely not getting the balance. You understand? We know these things. We've seen politicians act. These things you are seeing about them saying that Peter Obi is Atiku Proman. It is propaganda coming from the PDP. They are the ones who are releasing this propaganda, so they would get to bias the minds of Nigerians. They would get to bias the minds of obedience. But right now, we're telling them no, that whatever it is they want to come out and tell us that Obi has not. They have, if Obi had a dent on him, by now it would be everywhere. If Peter Obi had a dent on him, by now it would be everywhere. They have tried all sorts of propaganda, but it's not working. They have tried everything because the man has a clean slate. Let's let ourselves the truth. Peter Obi left PDP. Now, if we want to even talk, let's talk about one more thing, finance. Peter Obi is far richer. Or no, let's say Peter Obi is far wealthier than Tinubu. Peter Obi is far wealthier than Atiku. I don't think these people can match up because, I mean, look at their track records. Look at business-wise. You cannot match Peter Obi to Atiku Abubakar. You cannot match Peter Obi to Tinubu. Business-wise, these people cannot stand up. I mean, down to you. If you have a business, who would you rather have as a manager in your business? Peter Obi, Tinubu, Atiku. You don't need to tell me. I already know what the answer might be. We all know these things. You understand? So, Peter Obi is somebody who has come to change the narrative. Peter Obi has no affiliations whatsoever with PDP. You might see him having some discussions with members of the People's Democratic Party right now. It is completely normal. He was once a member of their political party, and you don't expect him to play bitter politics. Wherever he sees Atiku Abubakar, to show you the kind of upbringing, the kind of character Peter Obi possesses. Peter Obi, wherever he sees Atiku, still bows down to greet him properly as somebody who was once a running mate. It shows that he's a man of good character. It doesn't mean that he's a front for the People's Democratic Party. No.
Okay, we also saw Peter Obi around part of Europe, America in recent times, giving lectures, seminars, tutorials. One is saying that INEC will not be counting seminars. INEC will be counting vote. How does all of these translate to tangible vote for obedience?
Your network to Americans. He is speaking to Nigerians in diaspora. He understands how this thing works. These people in diaspora, at least, majority of them are coming back to vote. You cannot completely write off those in the diaspora because you know that these guys still come. Okay, I have a friend. His name is Pascal. Pascal went to the United States. It's not been up to a year. But Pascal is returning to Nigeria by February. Why? He wants to vote Peter Obi. Each vote counts. Each vote counts. He needs to go there, sensitize them. These people are still going to return to Nigeria to cast their ballots. And these people are coming back to vote because you cannot stay in the United States see the kind of environments they have, see the kind of good economy they have, and everything, and come back here and vote either of Atiku or Tinubu. It's not possible. So he's making a good move.
Okay, just before we see we can actually have Odogwu Deka come for this interview at this point in time to rep his political party, let's actually look at the manifesto, the policies that are on ground. If you ask me, what do Nigerians really want? And why should it be Peter Obi? What do Nigerians really want? Do we need leadership? Do we need money? Is it poverty or hunger? What do we want? Because it looks like we don't actually, as Nigerians, know what we want. Looking at the fact that in this political season, we still see bags of rice with inscriptions of political parties across the place. And no one is asking, after 4 years or thereabout, what do we do with these bags of rice? which might not even last up to 1 week. So the question is, do you think Nigerians really know all of these things you have mentioned?
The greater number knows exactly what they want. Even most of these people who collect their bags of rice and everything, they know what they want. They will collect their money, collect their bags of rice. Yes, still vote Peter Obi come 2023. This is because this is thriving. You see, the sharing of bags of rice and all this stuff is thriving because Nigerians have suffered in the past 8 years under this APC leadership. Now, you see this thing you talked about, leadership, money, all of that. See, it's intertwined. You understand? If we have good leadership, we're going to have money circulate. If we have good leadership, we'll have good economy. If we have good leadership, we're going to have good infrastructures in place. If we have good leadership, we'll have businesses thriving. We'll have everything working out for ourselves. Nigeria can afford to have free education. All government schools in Nigeria can afford to run on free education. But it's not in place. Why? Because we do not have that good leadership. All we need is just a good head. If we have good leadership, all these other things will follow. And that is why we have chosen Peter Obi, because this man is the only person out of all these men who is thirsty for good leadership in Nigeria. He's the only person who wants Nigeria to work again. He's the only person who is not interested. Look at Peter Obi. He doesn't fly private. Peter Obi flies economy at his level. He is not interested in frivolities. This is a man who is interested in making Nigeria work. Have you seen Peter Obi's convoy? Currently, Peter Obi moves with innocent, made in Nigerian vehicles. That is what he moves with. This is to tell you that this man is somebody who is going to make sure that made in Nigerian products also move faster. He's a man who is going to make sure that every government agency is going to patronize made in Nigerian vehicles. We're going to use made in Nigerian clothes. We're going to use made in Nigerian shoes. We're going to manufacture what we use. We're going to move from the consumption to manufacturing. We're going to produce the things we need in this country. Imagine Nigeria importing toothpicks. Imagine Nigeria as a country importing toothpicks, the giant of Africa. Come on, we need Peter Obi. We need Peter Obi.
I hope you can come back to us. In case you've just joined us, this is Open Mic on the Nigeria Watch, and we have an obedient talking about Chidera at Darlington, Ibekwe on the Spotlight. We're also expecting that you can also be part of this program. All you need to do is to join us, send us a request on the page, and you can be part of the Open Mic series. Ahead of the 2020 general elections, we actually want to find out why your candidate or your political party could make the difference ahead of the 2023 general elections. And you have the opportunity to rep your political party and also share with us on this. Let's hope that Darlington Chidera Ibekwe will rejoin us and obedient and live from Owerri joined us on the program, and he'll be part of this. So you can also be part of the program. You can hashtag Open Mic Series, follow the page at the Nigeria Watch. This conversation will continue day after day. You can be joining us at 3 p.m. for a lot more to talk about on the program. If he rejoins us, we shall reboot the video and rejoin you on the program.